city of patriots and of policy, of diversity and deceit. It is a place of character and of characters. It is home to the homeless and the state of statesmen, and to some the state of disillusionment. And for a group of Midwestern college students, it was home during two of the most eye-opening, exciting, and historic weeks of their lives. Inauguration 2001. It was cold, it was wet, and it was a time they will always remember.
Hi, I'm Matt Weiscover.
And I'm Abatha Zabrowski. Each journey begins with a single step, and this trip was no exception.
In January 2001, 23 Doane College students and 2 faculty advisors set out for 2 weeks in our nation's capital.
I was one of the fortunate ones who got to go. We were headed east with our eyes wide open and not knowing quite what to expect.
Taking a group this large out for 2 weeks isn't just like a weekend getaway. Beforehand, many bookings and contacts had to be set up well in advance.
That's where Doane College communication instructors Jonathan Ash and David Swartzlander had their hands full.
Each January, Doane College faculty create 3-week courses during what the college calls interterm. Many classes are held on campus in Crete, Nebraska. But just as often, faculty arrange trips off campus. David Swartzlander, communications instructor and student newspaper advisor at Doane, thought to create one such off-campus trip. He realized an event scheduled for January 2001 was a rather historic one.
I was fretting about what to teach during interterm. As far as preparations go, that's where I made the best decision I could make throughout this whole trip, was instead of trying to do it myself, going to the other professor, Jonathan Ash, because he sort of headed up that. And I came up with the idea. Jonathan put it into motion.
A lot of things fell into place very quickly. We found out that you can make plane reservations 335 days in advance. So in February of 2000, we made plane reservations. We had hotel reservations probably a good year in advance. The thing that probably was the biggest headache for us was that it was the end of November before the election was decided.
A presidential inauguration is certainly a media circus. The transition this year, from Democrat to Republican, was fraught with attack ads, recounts, and more recounts, and Supreme Court rulings. With all the media attention, it's little wonder the interterm experience was of high interest to communication majors.
Well, I thought it would be a good experience. Since I'm going to public relations, I thought it'd be good to get that kind of experience in the political arena in case at some point I want to do something in that career area.
But an inauguration is more than sound bites and videotape. It is a historical event, a political event. So the trip also interested students from other disciplines, those interested in political science, history, and a wide range of other majors.
Well, I'm a business major, and I just thought it would be a different experience for me to do some communication studies. It actually made me consider having a communications minor.
I probably went for a little bit different reason than everybody else. I went for the political aspect of it. I knew with the Bush election it was going to be very controversial, and I wanted to be there for the issues.
The main reason why I went on the trip to DC is that I was very interested in politics. Political science is one of my majors, and I've gone to DC before when I was in high school, and I really wanted to go back again and see a historic event like this, so it's a lot of incentive for me to go.
While some wanted the journalistic experience, others chose to see history up close and personal. Still others simply wanted to experience the wonder of the democratic process.
Well, one of the things I liked about DC, one of the things that first sold me on the trip, was the fact that the weather, the climate, and so forth in the wintertime, I thought it'd be kind of neat, be a nice experience, let alone being at the inauguration itself, one of the more historical events that an American or a citizen can see and can be a part of, the festivities and so forth.
For once, I watched all the election stuff because it was actually one that I could have voted in and that I was interested in because
well, I've had a kind of a curiosity of sorts for a few years, just wondering how exactly the presidential inauguration happens. How do they go about changing everything? And even though I'm not specifically involved in politics, I just thought it would be really interesting to find out how it all worked.
I think that this is one of those experiences in life that some of them realized right away the significance of the trip, and I think some of them it'll take them a few years before they can look back and say, wow, I was in D.C. for that inauguration.
Finally, after more than 15 months of planning, the big departure day arrived. Early on January 9th, 2001, students, advisors, and parents gathered at the Lincoln Airport. Local media was there as well to capture the send-off.